Hey, hey. Hello. Hold on. I'm still getting started. I'm still getting set up. Ah. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Can people hear me? Am I audible? Okay, that's the first check. Okay, we are. Pop out chat. Hello, chat. Oh, I'm seeing myself. That's not good. Pop out. Okay, great. All right. That's great. All right. And we have this. Oh, I need to recreate this because there's some lag and it looks super weird for me. Webcam. Please go back. Yeah, yay. Hey, everyone. So I think we're having a really easy day today. We're just gonna like work on some fun stuff. Today's what's the today? Today's Monday, the 26th of February, 2018. I was supposed to go for a swim and I didn't go for a swim because my glasses broke, and I was like, well, I'm kind of home right now. I don't really want to go for a run either, and I don't know about the gym, and so I just kind of was at home and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just do a stream. Let's do some JavaScript. Let's kick off the week with some JavaScript and actually do a stream. Yeah. So I've been having this idea that we should work on, which will be fun. And also, I just had lunch, so I'm super burpy. I was thinking we work on a new what's it called? Rendering module. So about like 3 months ago when I was in Japan, two months ago, I worked on this thing called Nano HTML, which is, so hold on. Also, hey Dan, nice of you to join us. Oh wait, I need to. Hold on. I'm gonna explain what we're gonna do because that's important. That's how we start, and then we like do that, and then we do that, and then we can like, yay. Okay, great. Sweet, lovely, amazing. Okay, Nano HTML. That's the please work. Nano HTML. All right. So this is the module that we're gonna be building because it's not working yet. I uploaded this a minute ago, I think. I pushed this, but I worked on this just for one day. So, hey, Jesse, nice of you to join us. Yeah, so the idea is right now we have Bell, Nanomorph, Yoyofy, and Pelo, which Bell is our template string rendering. In turn, this works on top of HyperX, right? So here's HyperX, which is allows you to convert these cool template string things into something. So if you want to combine it with React or whatever, it'll works. Now Bell is the DOM element version of this, which is really cool. We use it in Chew. This is our rendering engine, basically. Nanomorph is our diffing engine. It's a great idea that's kind of wrong. I think it has. It's pretty good, but it's not as good as it could be. Ooh, my CPU's spinning. I don't know why. I wonder if it's this. Okay, great. Oh shit, Emil. Hey man. Nice of you to join in. I was chatting with Emil until like late yesterday over IRC. That was kind of fun. Talking about weird crypto things. Really peculiar crypto things. Oh no. Oh no. Thanks for dropping by anyway, Renee. Hope it's good work though. Yeah. Anyway. So Nanomorph is our diffing engine. It takes like one tree and two trees, and then you combine them together, and then you have tree A, which is your current DOM usually, and you have tree B, and then you say, hey, tree A, please look like tree B, and it becomes that way, which is fun. All right. Nice of you to pop in. See you later. Yeah, and that's called diffing, and we do it with real DOM nodes. So that's the second module. Okay. True.js/YoYoFi? No. Shama/YoYoFi? All right. So we have templates, we have diffing, then this thing is really cool. Because what it does is, am I recording this? I'm recording this, yay. What this does is it optimizes template parsing ahead of time. So when you're doing template string stuff, it literally means you write HTML, then you need to parse that HTML into a set of like statements. It's literally, you're building like a tiny AST thing, and then convert that into create element calls and all this other stuff. And that, for every single template, you need to do that again and again and again. And that's kind of expensive. So instead, what we want to do is we want to do it once at a time at compile time, so then we never have to parse it again. So we don't like need to ship a parser. And that's this module. It's a what do we call it? It's a transform compiler plugin. I don't know. Yeah, and that's the third. And then the fourth is Pillow, which is server-side template string stuff. Because in the server, all you ever want is like DOM as a string. You will never want to do query selector stuff if your server's not rendering, at least. So what Pillow gives you is just string concatenation, which is kind of fun. It's really, really, really fast, because we're literally just combining strings. Also, the index code itself is like really simple. There's a little bit of like, oh, hey, look at these special characters, and then that's about it. All right. So the idea for this module is that instead of needing to use all these 4 modules, you just have this one module, which is kind of fun. Probably what we should also make it do is make it return promises, is what I'm thinking. So it's completely asynchronous, because hey, it turns out asynchronous rendering is a big deal. And that's pretty annoying. Will we use this? Will we put this into Chew? Nah, not for the moment. But we sort of need to build it, and ideally build off different modules. I don't know. Yeah. I think for the first version, we should not change anything. We should just like combine all of these things, and then for future versions, sort of like toss them together, just so we have like a single module, and then we can like work on that and talk about design and all that stuff. Hope that makes sense. So far for the intro. Yeah. So what we're gonna do? First things first. We need to clone this newly created repo thing we have. Hey, there we go. Code git clone. What do we call this thing? Nano HTML. Let me pull that. And then we have that, and we can access Nano HTML. How's everyone's weekend been, by the way? Everyone done some fun stuff? I hope so. Cool, we've got an electrical skateboard in the channel. That's cool. All right. So what do we have? Oh, we should probably resize this a little bit so it's a bit bigger. Like that. Okay. Oh my god. Jesse says, can't believe the weekend is over already. Yeah, I agree. It's always too fast. hung out, did some open source. Cool. What you working on, Dan? Any cool projects? Actually, anyone? Kind of curious what people work on, because I'm very much in just my own little bubble of doing JavaScript and now learning Rust, but mostly front end. All right. So we got this file here, just maintaining a React lib. Oh, cool. What's it do? Lib events. All right. So if we look at this thing, we got the benchmark stuff. We got index.js. We got lib with all the stuff that needs to be done. And then, what is it? Raw. Yeah, some of our tiny stuff. Yep. Let's see. Lib browser, lib server. So that's our index.js file. If we run tests, let's see if standard does anything. Just lints it. lib/browser. So this is the HyperX thing, which mostly seems to work. Exports default, module exports create element, bell create element. Seems pretty straightforward. So we have our, oh, by the way, I should cover this, but our API is like a bit funky. Do we have it anywhere? Yeah, we have it here. So we have the browser version, we have the Node version, and then we need to have this raw version for unescaped HTML. It's kind of fun. Static optimizations. Parsing HTML has significant overhead, being able to parse HTML statically, time can yada. And this for Browserify. And no Webpack version. And no, what's it called? Bundle stuff. Bundler? No. Packer? I don't know. All right. So we should have an example probably. So touch examples slash basic.js. Basic var. Oh, actually, here's the other thing I want to do. I don't want to have like this thing as a separate file, but we should have it export as multi-attribute. So instead of var raw require that HTML/raw. Raw, HTML. This seems like much more fun, I think. I kind of like warming up to this destructuring thing. It's not too bad. I'm a little bit sleepy today also. Just mostly wanna, yeah. Oh, cool. It's a wrapper for a lib which lets you attach two nodes, useful for things like tooltips. Oh, interesting. So it's like a visual placement kind of thing? Or like click behavior and linking that stuff or something like that? Is that the right ballpark? Oh, cool. That's cool. Sounds pretty straightforward, like nice and self-contained. All right. So this is our API, raw HTML, Node, stuff, stack optimizations, Webpack. Yeah, that's pretty cool. No, it doesn't have a DOM available, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, so the API is looking pretty good, which means we can touch on the example. For HTML is require dot dot slash var L equals HTML. Div so we append it to a DOM. L dot render, was it? No. L. Hello planet. Like that. HTML dot render. HTML, yada 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 yada. So, all right, there's this other really cool thing that we might be able to pull in here. Not now because we're not going to do the promise stuff, but the HTML is a really fun concept, which I like, of async, like awaiting two things. So you can choose whether which one you get. Repeat until async append. My God, so much stuff. So they have a thing where you can, oh yeah, here it is. When state loading, get this one, otherwise get this one. It's kind of fun. And if directive that retains then else instances for fast switching between two states, like DOM if. That's kind of cool. So you get to choose which one you render. It's kind of cool. Oh, they haven't implemented it yet. Oh, goddamn. It's really cool. Only renders if the guard expression has changed since the last render. Since all expressions a template literal evaluate, when literals evaluate, you may want to only evaluate some expensive expressions when certain other values, probably its dependencies, change. Guard would memorize the function, only call it if the guard expression changed. Yup. Actually, I just wonder if we shouldn't just re-export this whole thing and implement a server function of this. Just re-export the whole the whole thing, and then be like, well, there it is. There we have it. No optimizations. It just works. Probably won't run in the browser, but then we can like use Pillow or something to make it run in the browser. I wonder. Sort of like builds or something. Docs, Clang, package.json. So what we're trying to do here is it's good to have a thing. Oh, this is kind of cool also. Type doc. Check size format, npm run build, tsc, TypeScript compiler, which then builds it. Format, they have like no pre-build stuff. Uglify.js, interesting. Releases, source code, yeah, that's not gonna work. Package stuff here. I don't know how they release this. So that's kind of fun. I think they just put it on npm without building it, or they do build it, and that's about it. All right, let's take a look what happens if we install this thing. Might just be easier to like export whatever they're doing and kind of like keep it there and then eventually move it out. Yeah. Npm install lit HTML. Package index.js. Actually, we can toss out all these files. Lit. Echo package lock.json. Get ignore. Remove source ls lib bench examples remove package lock, remove raw. What do we have left? Nothing much. All right. So we're here and we do var HTML render just require lit HTML node index.js. That's not gonna work. God damn it. So we need to compile this, I guess. Make their vendor. Then we probably need to compile lit HTML into like a single vendor blob that we can then use, which we can probably do with Browserify. Browserify UMD bundle. UMDify. How sick. Shama's blog. Cool. Shama. That's cool. Deglobalify. ES6. ES6ify. AMDify. CommonJS. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look. Browserify. Now we do standalone. Generate a UMD bundle for supply export name. This bundle works with our module systems and sets a name given as a window global if no module system is found. All right, cool. Make their scripts. Actually, I think we can just do it with package.json. Or, yeah. Okay, npc-d browserify Babel, I guess. Build lit. Now we do browserify include -i lit HTML -s -o vendor/lit.js. Something like this. So explaining what this does is we Browserify. We call Browserify. We tell Browserify to require a module, namely lit HTML, and then we say, hey, standalone vendor export that thing. So we build it. Hopefully that works. npm run build lit. Missing script build lit. Okay, try again. Build lit. All right. Standalone requires an export name argument. Damn it. Standalone requires an export name argument. Standalone foo de require bundle.js. Lit HTML-s lit. Okay, vendor lit. Nothing going on in there. Okay, interesting. Yeah, let's take a look what we can do here. Babel ES6 module to require compile. See if there's anything. Modules to UMD Babel export default installation. What does this do? JavaScript. All right, so I didn't do anything, but that's probably the one we need. And just debug include. Okay. So we want to exclude external reference file from external bundle, emit a file from the oh, this is ignore file with an empty stub. Yeah, that's not good. Standalone require. So we want the require one. Now we're ignoring stuff. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Parser, import export may only appear with source type module. Interesting. Export cons template caches new map. Okay, so that doesn't work. Now let's take a look at this. I'm gonna say Babel RC. npm install save dev. All right, so we can do this like that. Then we do that. I don't know. This plugin transforms ES2050 modules to UMD. And we need to compile a bunch of stuff. I really don't feel like doing that. Via command line interface. Script.js. Oh, actually, this might just be perfect. npm i-d. So if we can just run Babel to compile to a UMD thing, I'm fine. I'm happy. I don't care. There might be some other stuff we need to run, but if it's just Babel, then don't really mind. Because the idea is we can then package up lit HTML into an interface that we can actually use. Yeah, in an ideal scenario, lit HTML would also have node support, but I doubt they will do that. Although they're sort of nice people. I don't know. Maybe they'll do it someday. Maybe I just need to talk to them and be like, hey, what about node support? Wouldn't that be nice? But yeah, they've got TypeScript and stuff. I think that might not be a priority. Anyway, HTML is assigned a value but never used. Space required after so and so. Okay, fine. How do we do this? -d Babel. And what was the other one? Transform ES2015. This thing. There we go. Oh, we just paste that. There we go. I think we can install Browserify. Screw tape 2 for now. Dependencies. Yeah, we can also ditch all of these for now. Oh, fuck. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Okay, great. And then we do what they're saying here. Oh, actually, let's try Babel. /node.bin Babel /help. Damn it. You've mistakenly installed the Babel package, which is no open Babel 6. Babel CLI commands are moved from the Babel package to Babel CLI package. Oh, goddamn. -d Babel CLI. Babel. Okay, let's try that again. Babel CLI. All right. Grep include. Require. Yeah. Help less. Options. Preset plugins, no comments, source maps, or no Babel. Generator opt watch out there copy files. Import. There's no import either. It's not ideal, but sure. All right. So we've got the Babel CLI thing. Build lit Babel dash plugins. There we go. And then we add that like that, and then we give it an entry file, which is /node mod. This is gross as hell. Yeah, we just give it node modules, and then we give it the entry file, which it's supposed to have or something. But it's like a one-off script, so you can build it, so it's like not automated. And then we like have a file we can actually require from our module, but we just have it sit in vendor, which is fine. Node modules, lit HTML. Oh man, where's lit HTML at? Oh, I can't find it. Node index.js. Can't find. Oh. All right, let's try this. Node index.js. Can't find module lit HTML. All right. Let's try this again. All right. There we go. Lit HTML.js is the one we want. So go back to package.json. Node module / lit HTML.js. And then we have supposedly an out there. Babel help less out dash out file dash out there. All right. Dash o vendor / lit HTML.js. Run build lit. Let's try this. Damn it. Node modules lit HTML.js does not exist. Also, node module. Node modules / let's skip this break. All right, there we go. Lit HTML / lit HTML.js. Okay, now we try it again. This should work. Vendor lit HTML. There we go. Now you do from index is not required / vendor / node index.js function to string. Try again. All right, new template results, HTML, and then also we have render. All right, There we go. Okay, both. So now we have both functions, which is cool. First render, create a new template instance, append it. Now there's one problem with this, and it's that this version of lit-html does not have an event system, so you can't attach any event handlers, which is pretty shit. So, you know, we should have one that works with that. So I can explain what that does. All right, we can close all this Babel stuff. Event part safety. Oh, cool. To do. Oh, that's interesting. Lit HTML event part lib lit extended TypeScript. Here we go. So we need the extended one, actually. Slash. Actually, I just want to see what's in there. So they have lit extended, but that one's not being built, unfortunately. And neither is shady render. Neither is unsafe, it seems. So let's actually take a look at npm lit HTML extended lit elements sketch.js render lit HTML. I don't know what all this is. Extended. Yeah, it's not great. We might just need to compile it through TypeScript first, do a pass with TypeScript, and then do a pass with Babel for the UMD stuff, which is a bit much, but sure. Or we can just leave this for now and just accept that we don't have events. I'm actually okay with that. Okay. Vendor lib lit HTML. That's kind of funny. Define is not defined. Vendor lit HTML / define object.define properties. If type of define equals function define.amd. Oh, funny. Lit HTML vendor lit.js like that. All right. So now we have our lit HTML thing going on here. npm run t. Let's see if we can ignore standard. Standard ESLint disable file. ESLint disable. Let me do that. Like that. Oh. Lint disable file. Standard fix. Now that HTML index.js space required after comma. That's the only warning we get now. Okay. All right. No, don't kill it. All right. All right. So now we have this thing working, which is quite cool. And actually, we could leave it here, but we probably shouldn't. Raw name, template parts, raw name, case sensitive attributes. So apparently they have no notion of raw stuff. Which is annoying. It's kind of fun. This is quite cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is about it, eh? Pull requests. Issues. Let's support readme at title to docs, i.e. 11 support. What does this say? Yeah. Unchanged, unsafe HTML code. Interesting. So I think this is the raw bits. Let's HTML, unsafe HTML. Renders the result as HTML rather than text. Note this is unsafe to use with any user provide input that hasn't been sanitized or skipped. All right, so that's their thing. Source lib, so lib extended, async replace, async append, unsafe HTML until. All right, that's cool. So that just works. Directive node part. Bare types for directive, bare types for render function. Implement a repeat version using the array splice algorithm. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know about all this stuff. I'm kind of like bummed out because we had a good idea and now we just compiled this thing and it like mostly does what we want it to do. Except it doesn't do server stuff. But I think the right approach is to ask whether or not this should render into, on the server. And a couple efforts here. Because it seems it mostly does what we want it to do. It's like TypeScript, but whatever. I wonder what the size is actually. If we say browserify index.js uglify. Can't get it. And we do that, we get 29 kilobytes. Uglify 2. Uglify yes. JS. Like that. That's 11 kilobytes. And then we do gzip -9, was it? Oh, goddamn. $26. Oh man. How do I do it on the gzip size? Yeah, fine. Gzip size 3 kilobytes for this thing, which is not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. And we can probably cut it down to about like 1 kilobyte the moment the web spec thing lands. So that'd be fine, I guess. Like right now, all of our template stuff is like 1 kilobyte, which means we'll probably stay around the 4 kilobyte ballpark, which is good enough, I think. Yeah, probably the right approach here is to ask like, hey, server rendering, have you given it any thought? Because that would be really cool. Yeah, I'm a bit bored again now. Because this seems to work, which means we've succeeded in what we wanted to have, because we got this thing to compile and now it like works. And the legit best approach of doing this is to then allow it to be rendered in Node. But that does require like a little bit of work, but we can do that. Render this. All right. What else do we have? Do we just publish this? Rendering for Node for the browser version of lit HTML. Do we call this innovation? Not really. Lit HTML, and then we say render hello template Kevin or something like that, right? Yeah, like that. Render L document the body, and then that works. Interpolating on the scaped HTML. Stack optimizations, yada 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 yada. Just delete all that. No limitations. Node. Suppose events yet. And the last thing is doesn't render node, does not expose raw, unsafe HTML literals. Insertion. Probably forgetting like something there. If we copy the README, then this should work. Let's run this with Budo, so we can like just try this out. Actually, just Bankai, and then that should be good enough to be like, hey, just try this out. And using this, we could like create a very simple version of Chew. Pretty trivial. I don't know, I'm already like a bit bored. What would be like fun to work on? Does anyone have any ideas of what would be like fun to work on? Because I'm a bit bored, I guess. HD Bunkai. Start. Bunkai start. Example.js. Move index.js, example.js. Touch index.js. That's then we get this, and then we say Bunkai start example.js. And we say start, and this should work. Can't find nano HTML. Okay, so we messed up because we needed to import like that, and that works. And then localhost 8080. Please work, please work. Good. Hello planet. Yeah, it actually worked, which is quite cool. Inspector. Yeah, it just gives us this one element, which is exactly what we were hoping for. All right. That's actually really cool. Finishing touches. Then we push this branch. Then we open it, then we merge it, and then we say, hey, check it out. Repackaging of this thing. To-dos. Make this render in Node. Just talking to lit HTML devs. And then we do this, repackage the, aw, that's really nice to say. Thank you, Mark. That's really nice. So we need to repackage the extended lit HTML version. Access to DOM events. Expose the unsafe API. What's the other combinators API? Like that. And then we just swap this out. Like that. We put that there. Is asking, still really liking your Linux setup, Josh? Yeah, I really like it. So I switched to Linux mid-December. It's now Feb, so I've been on this full time for the last 2.5 months, and it's been great. You kind of like run into weird stuff a lot, and the thing there is you just need to make it a function of time. So spend time actually fixing those things. For example, whenever I plug my keyboard in, I need to run my a command to read my keys because it doesn't detect like, oh, hey, here's a keyboard. I should probably keep these settings or like run this command again. So for example, yeah, there's just quite a few things like that, where if I plug in an external monitor, it doesn't automatically like scale it up or start projecting. It just does nothing. So yeah, it's great. The end result is I feel very much in control of my computer now. It's like everything that's on here I've put on there, and there's nothing else on there, and I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, which is actually a really great feeling, because then you touch some other computer, or like I booted up my old one today because I need to like get this repo out of there. Um, it's just this really weird feeling where you're just looking at it and you're like, huh, why are all these things booting? How do I turn them off? And the answer is often you can't really. Um, Anything I'm missing from Windows and Mac? Yeah. So, uh, Photoshop would be great to have. Um, Also, Ableton would be really sweet. I wish I could like start learning Ableton because it just seems like such a fun thing. Um, and there is no comparable program for that on here. Also, some of the other things. Um, what's the other stuff? Yeah, just like the automatic driver detection stuff where you like plug something in and then it just works. That's great. Um, yeah, missing all the spyware and malware from Windows. Luckily, I haven't been running Windows in a couple of years now. Since I could afford a Mac, I started using a Mac. But yeah, no, like Linux is great. The one downside of Linux is if something goes wrong, good fucking luck. It's like all the server bugs might also just affect my home computer now, which is scary. But also not the worst. So far, I think it's worth it. If you have a bit of time and you can actually, you're not too afraid of terminals, then just switching to Linux and going through it and setting up your system and learning about how computers like work, how like a Linux architecture works, is quite liberating. Just now I'm like, I understand how Linux works. I can continue like going at it. For my design software needs, I use this because it is browser based, so I can use it across the various computers. Oh, cool. Wonder what this is. Never seen it. Gravit Designer. Pixels great. Sure, let's create a blog. Then we rectangle. Cool. And then create another rectangle. Right? And then fuck. Like, let's make this rectangle black. All right, great. And then we copy that. And we move that. Sweet. We just web designed. This is great. Okay, I like it. More translation of Illustrator and Photoshop. Yeah, it feels very similar to Sketch. I don't mind it. And let's make another rectangle here. Like there. That's our floating logo. Let's make this one neon or something. Neon. Cool web design. I don't mind this. This is pretty cool. Yep, I could work with this. Scale it up. This feels very intuitive, which I like. Cool. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna remember this. I like this. I like the purple Untiled Gravit Designer. Cool. Other bookmarks, sure. I might use this someday. Gravit Cloud. Learn more in EvilSync. This is cool. I like the purple. Yeah. Looks pretty cool. And then you got symbols and libraries and illustrations. Oh, cool. We can put like stuff on there. So if we we're designing Instagram, right? Oh wow, it's like really detailed. Cool. No, yeah, I like this. Stickers, frames, icons. Oh, this is sick. So if you want to like have a YouTube thing or something, then that just works. That's cool. Also have it for Linux. What? Okay. Color me impressed. I might just use that. Oh, my CPU does not like this though, so I might just like close it. Package the HTML module. Do much else. What does this do? It just makes it easier to build stuff. To use it. Current apps has no limitations. Documented and README. All right. Create pull request. And it's like a private module, so whatever. Like that. Oh, hey, look. Everything passes. That's cool. No, like that. Thanks a lot for the thing here. That was like really cool. I should use that. I should download that and use that. Yeah, probably the only thing that I'm then missing is like Ableton. Like everyone uses Ableton and it's supposedly really good, and I know so little about it. If I'm like gonna learn it, then I probably should be using the official software thing. Yeah. Website wireframes, Chew stuff, Bunkai, Structopt. That's cool. This is not well known. I'm a fan, so always happy to share. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, there's very little stuff going on here today. That's good. So that worked. That worked. That worked. That's it. Oh. Should probably pull request again. 4 commits ahead, 1 commit behind master. Create pull request. Checking ability to merge. Yeah, whatever. Something like that. Whoop. All right. What else is there? Oh yeah, Ashley shared a cool WASM thing, which we should actually look at better. WASM pack. Just this Rust thing to compile Rust to WebAssembly. So I don't know if this is a great idea. No, this is actually a great idea, but hold on. I'm trying to phrase words. So there's people that are thinking that might be a great idea to check in Rust code into your project to speed things up. I believe Parcel now has native support for that. And I am a bit dubious if that's a great idea. I think it might be a great idea for very specialized things, but not like for general purpose stuff. So not too long ago, I built like Rustify, which seems to have a bit of traction. Oh, cool! One more star till 500. That creates like Unit 8 stuff, and you can use it inside your project. Just say like, hey, inline Rust works, or hey, give me add one Rust, and then now you have that module, which is kind of fun. But there's a few downsides. Namely, you don't get streaming Rust or streaming WASM, because there's a really cool property about WASM that you can send bytes, and as bytes come in, it's directly interpreted. It's just assembly, and assembly generally just you read it linearly as far as you can, and then you just wait until you get the rest of it. So you can stream it, which is supposed to make websites really, really, really fast. And if we like add code splitting to the mix, it becomes really, really cool. But if you make it inline, then things become a bit weird. But yeah, you know what? Let's check this project out. Unstar issues 2. What are the issues? READMEs, author data. Okay. So source, tests, license MIT. Create a portable command line tool. WASM pack, cargo toml, WASM pack. Okay, so let's check out the Rust docs. The requested crate does not exist. Oh, fuck. Okay, so that doesn't exist. Okay. Let's go out of here. Make their agdubs. Git clone. Oh, Ashley J. Williams. Okay. WASM pack. Cargo build. All right, so we get both of these. Okay, so it's built with struct_opt, which is really cool. That's probably the best way to build command line applications, which is great. Config if, term stuff, bit flags. Ooh, interesting. Rayon core, other stuff, scope guard. Oh, sick. I found out about this crate the other day. It's really fun. Crates.io, scope, guard. And what this does is crates/scope guard is it allows you to catch if something panics, which is great for command line apps. So you can when your application panics, like panic is like throw in JavaScript but without a catch, you can still catch it and display like a fun little message. All right. Dan Reeves asks, is there a decent way to support older browsers and get the perf benefits of WASM without writing the thing twice? So let's unpack this. Is there a decent way to support older browsers? So if we're... Okay, so could you explain what you mean by without writing the thing twice? What is the thing and why would you be writing it twice? I think most browsers have or are getting support for WASM, because WASM is fairly trivial to implement. If you look at the runtime itself, it's a couple thousand lines of code. It's not the same as, say, an HTML parser, which is much more complicated, it seems. Also the other thing I think is important to realize is that WebAssembly is not so much about performance improvements. It's a very specific thing, because V8 is really, really fast. Most browser engines are really, really fast. So when you choose to use WASM, you need to know why you would be using this. Usually the answer is, well, we have this one piece of code, or like this native code, and now we would want to run it in the browser, and it's like, okay, cool, now you can do that. That's a benefit. You get to run code that was already written, and then you compile it for the browser, and then it just works. So that's one benefit. But that's a bit against this point, right? So the other benefit, the only actual performance improvement you would get from WASM is when you're doing math, like U64 stuff, because processors are just able to handle those numbers better. And if you can just use U64s when there are U64s, it just works well. So there's a lot of stuff that fits that category. For example, crypto, doing hashing kind of, or like proper math. Then there's sort of like the soft third part of that, which is, hey, I want to, like, here's some mission critical piece of code, like an algorithm that we want to almost like formally verify that this thing makes sense, right? So you want to test it through and through, make sure there's zero race conditions, nothing going wrong in there, and then you upgrade that to WASM. And then you're like, well, it was so important that we had to write this in Rust and compile it down. For now, that is, until we get like a native DOM thing, and then that might just become a question like, hey, you know, which one do we want? So I wouldn't say so much that this thing gets, like, WASM doesn't strictly give you performance improvements. It's more like there's a few specialized cases where WASM makes a lot of sense right now. And in the future, if we get a DOM API, it might become like more general purpose. It might become like, hey, I just prefer to write things in Rust. So I wouldn't worry too much about like older browsers and stuff. Usually there's no point. Does that answer your question? Like all the modern browsers, all the evergreen browsers are going to get it, with the exception of like IE 11, but that one's due for 2020 to be deprecated, I believe. So just like a year and a half more. Maybe 2021, but at that point, no one cares. Hey, man. Nice for you to join. Whoa. We just did some stuff with Nano HTML, which should work now. Now we're on our way to check out this module. Don't worry about older browsers is an answer. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. There's also Asm.js if you're compiling from some other language, not writing WASM by hand. Oh yeah, that's true. Asm.js. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Let's try this thing out. WASM bindgen init. All right, so what do we have here? Cargo run. Cool. Cargo run init. Prints this message or the help of the given subcommands. Wow, why is that? Test stuff. Lib, no, man, there we go. Initialize a package JSON based on your compiled WASM. Create a tar of your PM package, but don't publish. Pack up your npm package and publish. Oh, what? Oh, god damn it! My fish shell is twitching out. All right. Less source main is really weird. All right. So the way this thing is set up is we have the main CLI thing. Oh, what? Emil, there's Libsodium builds for the browser? I mean, like, not yours? That's really cool. Oh man, I was playing with Libsodium like yesterday, and it, God, I just gotta show you guys this package. Turns out I wanted to use the Argon 2 algorithm from Libsodium, which is like secure password stuff. Libsodium, doesn't say here. And then they don't have it. Sodium oxide. I was looking at, I didn't understand how the hell this was a thing. So sodium oxide, you got crypto, and then you got sign password. Hash password. So all it does is it exposes this Scrypt salsa 2H SHA-256, which is pretty bad. 300 kilobytes gzipped. Holy shit. Yeah, that's not small. It would be like really fun to have like a pure Rust version of these algos. Should be too hard, I think. I looked at like Matthias's WASM one. WASM, Macintosh WASM, like to be WASM. Right? Like you guys wrote this thing. If you look at the what file, it's literally just these statements, right? Hold on, like set local, rotor xor, get local, const, add, rotor, add. Like this whole thing just kind of keeps on going, right? Which I believe was like part generated code also. Like I'm thinking that this should be very translatable to just pure Rust. And once that works, doing a WASM build should be quite straightforward. WASM bindgen, because then you can just do WASM bindgen, and then you get like a native WebAssembly bindings to this thing. Then there's like a few more optimizations that can be done to strip everything that isn't needed. So you should like, I know, whatever the size is of this thing, the end result, should be possible to approximate it using Rust. Because how big are these things? Do you know? Does anyone know? I forgot how big it is. .what, .js, .index.js. All right. And I was so happy with this module, but I couldn't finish it. Check this out. It's got like the whole cool interface and stuff. You get like secure password. You create a new instance of it. You give it a U8 vec. It's like an array of U8s. And then you hash it, and it just either gives you an error or like a hash. The long base 64 string is the WASM. Oh, sick. Fuck. Give me that. Index.js. Long base 64 string. Where is it? / Blake to be. Oh, there we go. Xclip out. That's 11 kilobytes. Cool. That is really cool. And then we gzip it. That's 26 bytes. No. Gzip size, like that. 2 kilobytes. That's really, really reasonable. That's like 100th of that size. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it'd be sick to have like Rust versions of these things, just so you can like use it everywhere. I wonder though. All right, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were trying out Ashley's thing. So if we say cargo run init, row the package JSON, lib. $33. Oh, it's main. Cool. So command init, write package JSON, handle error. It's using quickly, I believe. Command pack, packed up your package. Command publish, publish your package, row the package JSON. Interesting. Oh, I spotted a typo there. Let's fix that. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the video delay. I'm not sure if we can fix that. Would be fun. Top chair. Yay. Oh, what happened to the spider from a few streams ago? I have no idea. I literally do not know where the spider went. That, yeah. There's, I don't know. I lost track of where the spider was. It was a big spider. I did murder some bug, like was hanging out next to our bed yesterday. I went to bed and it was like just a little bug, and I was like, wait, hold on. It just like started crawling around. I was like, I don't know. There's bugs around, but it's all right. They're mostly harmless. Just yeah, they're just bugs. That's pretty cool. So say print package. Okay. Gco master, Gco git fork. So let's fix this typo over here. Fix typo. FK. Fix your package. Add patch that. Fix typo in pack command. Git push. And then we open it there, and we PR it there. Spot typo. Should fix it. Thanks. Cool. Oh yeah, by the way, Yash, what are you working on these days? I'm kind of curious. For those of you that don't know, Josh, he makes like cool designy things, and then like Electron-based apps and stuff. Hopes the cool design. I don't know. I like it. Pack publish. WASM bindgen not implemented. Run WASM bindgen. So that doesn't work. Generate package JSON. All right. What happens if we run cargo test? That should run some assertions. One test passed, which is nothing much. WASM pack. Writes package JSON is okay. FS metadata package JSON is okay. Cool. Words in there. Hey. Oh, midterms for the next couple of weeks. Oh no. Hope they're going all right. Because what was it? You go to business school? Did I remember that right? Still working on that ebook viewer. Oh man, cool. Yeah, I really like the way that looked. Cool. I'm a business major. Shit. That's really cool. It's like if you can design your software and build it and then also got a degree in business, you might even be able to sell it. Or at least studying management with a bit of information tech. Yeah, that's dope. Source lib. Tie string. Derive serialized start repository. URL. Okay. Let's take a look at this thing and see if we can document it or something. Not a business major here, so I won't be able to sell anything. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's like meant to be ironic, but that's literally how I work. Like I make software, never sell anything. Oh God. Yeah, we might get some lag now. I'm sorry if it is. CPU 30%. -- open. Right package JSON. All right. Let's take a look at this. This might be ironic, but actually sad because true. Yeah. That's really funny. Calibra doesn't look that nice though. I think personally, I don't like Calibra because of the way it looks. So if you're like reading a book, you kind of want it to like look nice, and if it doesn't, it's not great. Let's see if we can document this. Pop fun, write package JSON. Great package there. Let's create the URL package. Oh. Oh, package, cut package, package JSON. Name, WASM pack description, pack up the WASM, publish it to npm version, MIT, URL. All right. Interesting. Name, description, main. Ashley, Cargo Tommel, authors, copyright. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it does take it like that. All right. Enum command. Main init write package JSON. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's one of the downsides of having like Linux software. It's like very technical people, and the barrier to entry means, hey, you gotta be technical, and then design just sort of falls off because now this other requirement needs to be fulfilled. So yeah, I think it's really cool that you're making that stuff. It'd be cool if there was like a good way to put it on like the Arch Linux repos and stuff. So whenever you release a new version, people can just like download it through their like package manager. I'd like that. Let's see. Create WASM pack functions, write package JSON. Currently writing a Rubik's Cube solver with restrictions for measly 0.1 ETH, so not really much. Fun. I don't know how much 0.1 ETH is, but it sounds kind of fun. Is the solver for virtual Rubik's Cubes or like one of the spinny machines? Because those are like super cool. Lib function create package there. Create a new JSON file inside the a new package repository. 0.1 ETH is about $88. That's a coding challenge. Oh, cool. That sounds cool. npm data, create data into npm. Data, read cargo toml into npm. Read cargo toml. Implement cargo manifest function into npm. Oh, this is sick. So here's the file that returns a struct called cargo manifest, which contains a package called cargo package, which has some fields. And then you have npm package, which is the npm format. And then it says, hey, convert this thing, which is toml, into this thing, which is npm, using the into npm method, which is really, really cool. I love how diligent you are with common documentation. Need to work on that. So I'm kind of cheating here, by the way. So because this is Rust, cargo doc, what is it? Here, whenever we write inline comment with 3 slashes, it shows up here. Create a generate. And / package. So all these comments just pop up in there, which is cool. What else? So there's pack. Create a tar of your npm package, but don't publish. Cool. Name publish. Packager and publish. Okay, cool. Seems like Rust has such good tooling around it. Yeah, man, Rust is like a little dream if you like code that's perfectly written and maintained. because the computer is literally like everything is checked now. Which fucking sucks, but it's also kind of cool. Man. Use failure error. Well, sometimes the compiler is a bit too restrictive. Better start using Coq, but their tooling is a bit meh. I've never heard of Coq. What is that? Coq Lang? The Coq proof assistant. It's a formal proof management system. It's a formal language. Wow. That seems very complex. Yeah, I'm sort of with Rust. I'm like, if something isn't great, then you can usually quickly find out what that is and how people want to make that better. And then so far they have a good track record of actually improving stuff. So I don't know. I kind of see it as like growing pains, because Node in the beginning was also weird and then eventually became pretty darn useful. So I sort of trust Rust to do something similar. It's a bit less developed though at the moment, but it'll get there, which is cool. All right. So I'm installing Rust. I'm getting SSL certificate problem with curl. Any other way to do this? Aren't you on Linux? Because if so, you can check out Pacman. Pacman-ss rustup, and then you get this one, community rustup. That's the thing you want, which upgrades your Rust toolchain and stuff. There should be something comparable for what's it called, Linux with OS X and all these other things, and Debian and all the other flavors, but you just want rustup. And then with rustup, you can manage your Rust version. It's quite useful. Yeah. Yeah, very specifically, you need rustup though. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. Go this problem just to create a portable command line tool. Did I fuck up? Let's create a pull request for this thing. Compare and pull request. terminal Pac-Man game popped up. Is that supposed to happen? That's not supposed to happen. So which distro are you using? Is it Debian? It's Arch, right? Fuck. If you don't have access to Pac-Man, you might be in trouble. If it's Debian, you probably need to use apt-get or something. It's Lubuntu. Ah, interesting. Cool. Yeah, so try and apt-get Rust up. Apt-get. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how to get it then. Not using Arch. Lol. Did wrote a quick API doc. Because so there's a PR documenting. Run wasm bindgen, not implemented. Interesting. So wasm bindgen is this other thing that we ought to work with. I wonder if there's like a way to instrument it from Rustdoc wasm bindgen. Whoop. docs.rs wasm bindgen. Request that crate does not exist. Damn it. So I need to clone this. Okay, clone. Cargo build -- help, because we want to use single thread. Cargo build -j1, like that. And then there should be like a API we can use here to generate stuff. So let's take a look here. Issues to readmes, author data. You can grab author data from Cargo as well, but we might consider checking if there is an npmrc and preferring that if it exists. Do you think creating an npmrc crate makes sense here to fetch some information npm related? To fetch some more information from the npmrc or any other npm based files in the future. Cool. Let's see, is there an npmrc package? Hi5 Python type language Rust RFC bot Rust. That's kind of fun. That's really cool. So it listens for commands and does a bunch of stuff. Final comment period. Cool. Validate npm package name. Create the validate name of an npm package for npm Rust services. Cool. Note built-ins. Rust motivations. Cool. I wonder what this is. World's Ender. What's the goal of this project, I may ask? All right. So Ashley's project is called WASM-Pack, which takes your so you write some Rust code, right? Like a library, and then you're like, hey, actually, I would love to have this as WebAssembly. And when you write WebAssembly, the language that instruments that WebAssembly is JavaScript. Now, for example, what might happen is you want to have some input field for computation, which is a bunch of numbers, or maybe like some data, like a bunch of strings. And you're like, cool, I want to run this through my Rust code, and then it produces an output. So it's like a transform function, and it gives you back output, and then that output is now like, okay, cool, I can use this. So in practice, what that means is that we will need to convert the JavaScript, like the JavaScript, the data in JavaScript to valid code, to valid data that WASM can accept. And then like after that's done, convert it from WASM back into valid JavaScript data. Usually this means for strings, you need to convert it from UTF-16 to UTF-8. If you've got objects, you need to deserialize them into like raw binary data, which can then be read back out by like Rust into a struct. And there's a few things like that. So what WASM-Pack, what WASM bindgen does for you here is it automates having this for you. So it creates bindings. It creates like the JavaScript layer, which then knows how to talk to the Rust layer. And on the Rust side, you would do stuff like here, feature proc macro, yada, yada, yada. You would say, hey, here's an external function that we're going to give the WASM bindgen thing. And now this alert thing knows how to do a thing. And here again, WASM bindgen, we can like do something here. Which means, yeah, you just create the bindings, the binding layer between the two. You facilitate that. And then Ashley's project takes this thing and helps you write like Rust crates. And then with a single command, auto-generate a package JSON, auto-generate like the bindings for it, publish it, just like in a single go. Which is really cool because it means all we need to do now is write our Rust code, and then we can update our like JavaScript code and just publish it to npm as a single tarball every single time. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Catch you later. Yeah. So that's pretty straightforward. Update 6 minutes ago. Oh, what? Was that me? No. Document write package JSON. Build failed. Oh my. What failed here? Start a rename. Rust format preview. Oh my god. Rust up install Rust preview force. Cargo. Rust C -- version, which is nightly. Rust format. That's J1. I hope this doesn't crash my computer. Anyway, does that make sense? Lib. Rust format -- help -- version. So we need to reinstall this. Rest up component add. Oh my god. Weird. Rest up version, cargo version, Rust C, Rest up cargo format. Cargo version, yeah. So that's already up to date. Bizarre. All right, so this should fix this patch. Weird. Oh my god, let's close this. JRef log. Okay, so we fucked up with all our like commits. Moving from fixed type to master, moving to @1. G reset -- chart @1. JRef log. Jco had @1. Okay, that's not good. Git ref log. So we fucked up and we need to reset properly. Head @3. Damn it. A57 D5B4. We delete API. We add this. We don't say that. We say that. Right. Package. JSON. Set upstream origin. Force like that. And this should now have solved this branch, hopefully. There we go. Okay, so we solved this, we reverted all commits. Now we have one clean, nice commit. That's exactly what we wanted. Cool. We should solve that issue and all this other stuff. All right. So what do we have here? We have this thing. I don't know how they want to approach this. It's kind of fun. Pack up the WASM and publish it to npm. WASM pack, cargo run, help, init, run WASM bindgen, pack, create, tarball. All right. Cargo doc. WASM bindgen. Okay, so that's not going to work. So what we want to do is look at the docs of this thing. Oh. J1. Derivative is asking what's nano HTML. So that's a module we were like working on earlier, and we stopped working on. So now we're just doing Rust for WebAssembly. It's a rendering module I was planning to make. For like browser stuff. So WorldZender is asking, wait, WASM functions can only take numeric types as arguments? How are objects arrays encoded? No, WASM functions can take, how do you say that? Array buffers, which is just a sequence of numbers. If you think about, so I had to do something with the cryptocurrency. No worries. I don't do cryptocurrency stuff. I might like crypto, but that means cryptography, not like crypto coins. So WorldZender, if you think of a string as being just a sequence of numbers, right? If it's UTF-8 encoded, you just get like a sequence, I believe it's like 8-bit numbers. And those create just characters, right? It's like, oh, hey, here's like characters. Number 20 is the letter E. Number 21 is the letter F. That kind of stuff, right? And then like 8-bit, and then combinations create Unicode. Then all you need is those numbers. Because then if you think, for example, of JSON, if we have JSON, JSON is just a sequence of characters. Again, there is nothing special about that. So if I haven't seen how you pass arrays to WASM functions according to the docs. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure you can like share array buffers. We can open it because we have the module here. Can we just skip to the left? Yeah, there we go. Onload, ready, try, WebAssembly, instantiate, onload, callback to uint8 array, carcode at, return c.carcode at. Wait, hold on. There should be an API somewhere documented. We say update buffer from, so blake2b.update. update. Setup. Is there a thing it exports? No, there isn't. I don't know. Realloc. Return mod. What is mod? So that gives us blake2b.ready for our hashes blake2b. So that's the method. It should give us update. Load WebAssembly, realloc. Oh wait, we're looking at the wrong one. Should be blake2b.js. Is that right? No, index.js. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Update. This is the update key. This is the memory fill. Blake2b prototype update. Right. So it takes input, which is typed array or a buffer. If head input length wasm memory length wasm realloc, wasm memory set input head. Input head. Yeah. So you I guess wasm.memory.set takes this, which is input, which is a uint8 array, and then head, if head plus input. Where the fuck does head come from? Head 64. It says something with 64. I don't know what it is, but this right here is the money on how to pass a uint8 array. This is a pointer head. Yeah, right. So then there's a bunch of stuff, other stuff you might need to do, but you just need to make sure that there's shared memory now, or that the WASM stuff has enough memory, and then you pass it the uint8 array. And if it doesn't have enough memory, you need to call realloc, or else you'll like run out of memory. It's saying a module global variable in the WASM module. Yep, I think so. Because what then happens is, if you can do this synchronously, right? That's a pretty stupid way. No, it's not bad. It's literally saying, hey, here's some shared memory. Here's some memory I'm going to send you. Take it, and then please read it out. And then, because it's synchronous, it will just do that in sequence. And then you read it out, and then you got it. There's nothing more like going on there, I guess. Prototype digest. This is a pointer. Like if you think of it as just like really low level computer stuff, it's like not too bad. I think. Well, it kind of fucks any multi-threading. Does it? It does. It does. Unless it's like atomic, which means like you set the memory and it knows that the memory has been set instantly. You can't realloc in the WASM. Yeah, it's like a sandbox. It's like a runtime, right? So it just it's got constraints, and this is updating the VM's runtime, but being like, oh yeah, just grow the memory for this runtime now, and now it has like more memory. It'd be weird if you were like running like a WASM program and it would just like eat up all your memory itself. JavaScript. Yeah, that's true. You could do that, but you like got to enable that, I guess. And also, can you inspect your own memory? You probably can somehow, but in this case, I think we really need to think of WASM as WASM being instrumented from the outside rather than the other way around. Now, this might change if we like get to WASM only websites, which I hope we will at some point. But until then, well. So all of this is the reason why this project exists. So you don't need to worry about any of this, and you can literally just write your JavaScript on one end, stuff like that on one end, and stuff like, you know, because these are kind of details you don't want to be dealing with, but at like a super low level computer layer, it kind of makes sense. Can't be WASM only if you can alloc in WASM. That's true. Unless you could do it declaratively in HTML. Imagine being like, so you can set source type WASM, or at least there's ideas of being able to do that. And you would like script source myfile.wasm and then like memory size this big. Wait, how does Rust WASM alloc and WASM? I don't know. Let's just take a look. Alloc. All right, no hits. So what we say, WASM memory set. So memory.set. Declarative is static. wasm.memory.buffer. Oh, design.markdown. Cool. Function ES modules. Unintrusive in Rust. Okay, cool. Polyfill for JS objects in WASM. Temporary JS object on a stack. Oh, they're explaining how to deal with like objects and long-lived JS objects in a slab. Oh, that's cool. So they do slab-based memory management, where slabs are like this cool structure that allows you to do safe pointer stuff, but it's not really pointers. It's like offset-based stuff. Anatomy of JS value. Cool. Exporting a function to JavaScript. Importing a function from JavaScript. This design thing's cool. I don't know. Cool. There's design. I'd recommend reading that if you're interested. Is this just the stuff it generates? Memory dot buffer. Self globals push string. Pass string to WASM. WASM dot underscore we bind gem malloc len. Wow. We bind gen malloc. Stuff that required internal exports. All right, they basically hook back out. Good to know. Yep, that's really fun. Pointer. Oh my god, what are they doing? This is really funny. This is so fun. Literally. Like, yeah. They're just, my god. I think it's kind of fun. WASM memory buffer set arc pointer 8 return pointer arc length. Yeah, it's kind of black magic, but it's great. You don't need to worry about it. It does have the downside that it can't be like self-contained for now. So maybe eventually they'll add it. Yeah, what were we doing? Oh yeah, here. Cargo doc J1. Dash open. Create WASM bindgen. Convert prelude. A module which is typically glob imported from JS value. Representation of an object represented owned by JS. Modules convert prelude. Hey God Gary. Welcome. That's kind of neat, but also so much unneeded memory remapping. Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm okay with it mostly though. WASM ABI. Cool. All right, so no explanations of anything. Descriptor Boolean. What does it do? I don't know. Prelude. Pup use WASM bindgen macro WASM bindgen. Re-exports. Oh, couldn't find that. Throw JS exception. Interesting. Runtime support for the WASM bindgen tool. This crate contains the WASM runtime necessary for WASM bindgen. The attribute and tool creates pool in the WASM bindgen attribute. Yada. Okay, so we ought to like convert stuff, I guess. WASM boundary. I wonder. Yeah, I think what's needed is just talking to Ashley about like, hey, how are you thinking of approaching this? And then like, um, yeah. Oh wow, Rust Wasm 36. There's so much like stuff in here, which is really cool. Is that what performance benefits with WASM look like? Oh God. like I was saying earlier, WebAssembly is not about performance improvements so much as it is for very specific cases. Like, for example, this module runs a lot faster in the WASM version compared to pretty much every other version. Because even C++, passing buffers around is really inefficient, whereas the WASM version is quite good. Quite really good, actually. It just runs natively, so that's pretty sweet. Because they're doing U64 math. Like your regular operations, V8 optimizes the hell out of most things. So it's hard to beat it. Even though JavaScript is, not designed as a fast language, V8 is just really good at making things fast. So you probably won't see much performance benefit for most apps. It's stuff like the DOM itself, which is a bit inefficient, and like all the other stuff. That just gets better. Hey, I'm running on 2 hours now. I'm actually getting quite tired, and I think I need to go for a run. What's the like light outside? So yeah, I think I'm gonna tap out. Just gonna take it easy, and then like be back again this week sometime, probably. All right. Oh wait, hold on. It's about statically analyzing code as far as I've heard. Coming with that, safely running native opcodes. Yeah, pretty much. I think so. Like Node.js, the project is talking about how can we add things like Meltdown. They're thinking of adding an API for pretty much all the low-level C++ stuff you would otherwise do. Just add like a WASM API, and everyone can target WASM, and we don't like need to ship like all these other things, which might be really cool. But it's still a question of how to do that. Sort of look at it as a universal compile target. So that's a big benefit. God, Gary is asking, how do I programming a routine? Just do it. Find some time and do it. Find fun problems. I think that's the most important one. Try and have fun. Because as long as you're like, ooh, this is interesting. Oh, hey, this is fun. Oh, hey, I want to learn about this thing. Oh, cool, I'm making a small website. Oh, look, I made this Twitch thing, and I now have something online. Oh, cool, I put this thing behind a domain name, and now I have my own website. Just find ways to make it fun for you. Twitch, what is it? Glitch.com. Like if you're really looking to get started, check out this stuff and just like start putting stuff online and make weird art and just learn it. Start making like little sound thingies or whatever, right? It doesn't matter. And once you have that, you're like good. Like subscribe to fun blogs, watch people code on Twitter, ask questions, go to meetups if they're around. Just sort of dip yourself into doing this thing, just spending a lot of time with this stuff, and then eventually you'll have been programming for a while. That's how I got into it. Does that answer your question, God Gary? Hope it's helpful anyway. All right. I'm gonna tap out. I'm gonna say goodbye, and Ciao. It was good hanging out, y'all. How do I cut my stream? Bye. I have no promises for when I'll be back. It was good though. See.